Hello folks, this is me again for part 5. We went through part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4 when I was into the showing you like the DVDs of the Abbott and Costello shows I have on DVD. Now we go from VHS tapes and DVDs. Now we're going to the category of the vinyls and read-along books and audio tapes. Hold on. I think I forgot something. Okay, let's begin with one of the vinyls I got for this past Christmas. Let's start with the vinyl of the Disney's Mary Poppins. This is not a motion picture soundtrack. This is a children's record version, performed by Mercy Nixon, Bill Lee, and Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman was one of the members of the Sherman brothers, Robert and Richard Sherman. They're the ones they wrote the songs for Mary Poppins, since they joined Disney in the 60s. One of the good memorable songs in Mary Poppins was on this album was A Spoonful of Sugar, and it follows the songs and lyrics. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, Chim Chimney, Feed the Birds, and many more good songs were from this film. This is the 1964 vinyl release from Disneyland Records under a license of the Walt Disney Productions. This is what the vinyl looks like. Yep. I paid good money on it. This is side 1 and side 2. Yep. This is from Packmark back in the 70s when someone bought it. The next one we got here is Snoopy's Christmas. This is released from their Diplomat Christmas records, probably in the late 1960s, and they do got some good holiday Christmas children's songs in there on this album. And it has Jingle the Christmas Mouse, Christmas Tree, Mr. Reindeer, Donna Brancher, Jack Frost Christmas. This is in side 2. Now we got side A, Snoopy's Christmas, Little Shepherd, Christmas Candy, Merry Christmas, and Snowflake Song. Here's another good children's Christmas vinyl album. Came out somewhere in the 60s. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, that was released in Peter Pan. And it has like Rudolph Christmas Party, Morris the Mouse, Here Comes the Rhythm Band, A Letter to Santa, I Hear Christmas, and many more good songs. This is what the illustration cover looks like back then, in the late 60s and early 1970s. Here's the Peter Pan record, side 2. Yeah, side A. Next one I got here is one of the Sesame Street albums I got. It is the official Sesame Street 2 book and record album starring the original cast. Yep, I see Gordon. Then I see Mr. Hooper. I see Susan. I see Big Bird, Bert and Ernie, Grover, and Oscar the Grouch. This album published in 1971. It was released from Children's Television Workshop and Warner Brothers Records. This is like an actual Broadway show. when Sesame Street did it in Paramount Theater. They don't even do that anymore. This is like following the songs from this album. And it has the garden. What do I do when I'm alone? Sing, sing, mad. Circles under, over, under, around, and through. I seen that in the Play Along Games and Songs VHS. And I'll show you what the album looks like. This is a Warner Brothers record from 1971. Green label, yep. I have a Fitting Against Rainbow album just looked like that, published in 1968, when the soundtrack album came out, the same time when the movie came out. La 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 la. The next one we got here is another Sesame Street record featuring Roosevelt Franklin Counts. It was made for Wonderland Records and it was released in 1974. Yep. And also they do got some good read-along adventures in there with the album. Yep, Black Beauty, The Cold Wind, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Journey of the Center of the Earth, World of the World, and Around the World in 80 Days. I have the Time Machine in it. I got it from Sucons way back in 1993 on December 31st when I was 9 years old. I like those Wonderland records or Peter Pan records. You don't see this anymore in New York. Next one we got here is Bert and Ernie Sing Along. And this album was released in the Sesame Street Records in 1975. I'm trying to find the one from 1983. That's what Friends Are For, like Bert and Ernie was singing. Show you what this record looks like. Side B. Yep. The next one I got is the Pink Panthers' Party Time. It was released in Kid Stuff in 1981. When Pink Panther started it during the 60s. Not the Peter Sellers, but the cartoon. Yep. Includes Pink Panther's Party Time, My Many Faces, It's So Nice to Be Invited to Your Party, CAT Cat, and What a Hero. That's the Pink Panther theme music. There's what it looks like from side 2 and side 1. And here's the Muppets Christmas album featuring with John Denver. It was released in 1982. It's called A Christmas Together. I got this in the flea market just for $3 along with the other vinyls. And I even have this album when I was in 710. There's Side A. It was released from RCA Records. Last but not least, one of my vinyl records I got for Christmas was something I got it from Bonds and Novels. Here's a vinyl record album, soundtrack album of Goodfellas, that based on a motion picture film version with Robert De Niro, Ray Liotta, and Joe Pesci, featuring some good memorable songs in the movie. Rags to Riches by Tony Bennett, Baby I Love You by Aretha Franklin, Beyond the Sea by Bobby Darin, Life is But a Dream by the Happiness Dance Yahoo! This is a pretty good vinyl. It was originally released on vinyl in 1990 from Atlantic Records. This has got to be reissued in 2000 and whatever. But I do like the movie of Goodfellas by Martin Scorsese. I don't know why they making vinyls. I thought they don't make vinyls anymore. So now we got here some, one of the Disney read-along books I bought off on eBay. I'm going to show it to you. Here's one of the Disney read-along books I got. That is Disney's Peter Pan. It's 8DC. That was released in 1977 when it was reissued. Looking at the illustration based on from the Golden Book illustration back in the 50s. Here's what the amount of read-along books has back in 77 from DC 1 to DC 20. And that's a pretty hard to find. Here's what the audio cassette looks like. And I got here another copy of Peter Pan. That comes with a sacked audio tape. Comes with Disney's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs read-along. This is the 1982 reissue of Peter Pan, because they added 101 Dalmatians to Swiss Family Robinson. That proves it was reissued in 1982. Now I got here some Buena Vista read-alongs. Hold on. Here's one of the Buena Vista read-along adventures I got for Christmas. That is Raiders of the Lost Ark read-along. That was released in 1981. That was around that time when Star Wars was in the Buena Vista read-along adventures since 1980. This is the photo taken from the movie of Raiders of the Lost Ark, part of the Indiana Jones film series, with Harrison Ford. There's Top Men. And I have here another one that is an E.T. read-along book, and it sadly doesn't have any vinyl record, but it has with an audio tape. It was narrated by Drew Barrymore. Yep, the one she plays Gertie in the 1982's E.T., directed by Steven Spielberg. Henry Thomas is Elliot. Yep. Universal released it in 1982. And did you know the vinyl label of E.T. was in the Disneyland Records when it was released in 1982? And here's what the cassette looks like. Side 2 with Raiders of the Lost Ark, and side 1 with E.T. And here's a bonus on this item. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. I think it just comes with the other read-along. Maybe he has with Gremlins. Who knows? I'll check it out someday. And last but not least, in one of the read-alongs I got, that is here's one of the Star Trek read-alongs I just got also with these more read-alongs. Star Trek II, the Wrath of Khan. It was released originally in 1984, but this film was released in 1982, the second one of the Star Trek movies. William Shatner is still alive, and I know Leonard Nimoy plays Spock. He died in 2015. Here's one of the Buena Vista read-along adventures were available. From 150 from Star Wars, 166 to Gremlins. Here's the back label. And here's Star Trek III, The Search of Spock. It was released in 1984, this read-along. Paramount released it in 1984. Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. Da 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 da. And here's the read-alongs exact order from Star Wars to Gremlins. Here's what the label looks like. Yep. And now I got here an audio cassette of side 1 with the second Star Trek read-along, and side 2 with the third Star Trek read-along. I don't have the first and the fourth one. Maybe someday I'll get it soon, if I ever go to my thrift store. And here's a bonus. I got here an audio cassette of the Snoopy's Christmas. It was released in probably somewhere in the 1990s, like 92, 93. That was released by Directed Source Special Productions. And this is unopened. And also I got here another audio cassette of The Bedrock Hop with the Flintstones. This was released in 1994 by Hanna-Barbera Productions and distributed by BMG Music Company. Yep. This is just pretty cool. Yabba dabba doo. Having trouble with this. I guess that's all for the vinyls and records. I guess that's all for the vinyl records and the read-along books. And I'll see you for part 6 for more of the things I got for this past Christmas. Thank you.